So today we will discuss on this process API. We have completed till this point. We completed this experience API, this experience API, this system API, this system API. Now we will work on this process API. Okay. So we have in this sequence diagram. For now we don't need sequence diagram. So we'll go to process API directly. Okay, so you can see in process API we have this response format. Okay, so this is for root. Okay, and for schedule we have this response format. Okay, and few more things we need to consider that we will check in sequence diagram. So in sequence diagram, if you go, this is for mobile application. Fine. So here you can see when we are calling this system API using process API. Okay, so you can see here we are doing parallel call. We are calling this system API also and this system API also. We are calling two system API at a time. So you can see here no dependency to fetch code from each transport provider. Okay, so parallelly in process API, parallelly we will call both system API in case of root also, in case of schedule also. This one is for root, schedule also you can find same, and check cache for transport provider. If you remember our first session, I have explained one diagram. So what we will do when we are calling that external system, we will configure that external system inside cache. So whatever request we will get, first we will check in cache. If we have request inside cache, then we will we will take response from cache only. If we don't have, then we will call that external system. Okay, if we don't have, then we will call external system. Check yeah, that is the here map transport provider location code to common location code. And what they are saying, we will get from external system, we will get transport provider location code. And what they are saying, we need to map one extra field, that is common location. For example, we are getting BE and SG. In that case we will write I think something is there for that. Actually I will explain this part later on. So first complete till this point, calling those two API parallelly and get response from there and use this cache concept. So first we will cover this part in today's session, and then response part, after getting response from there we will handle this in tomorrow. Okay, so first what we need to do, we need to go on Git server. We need to create, okay, before that first we will download. So this one is SAPI, this one is SAPI, this one is BAPI. Yeah, so BAPI is process API. Okay, so we'll download this. Okay, so we downloaded this. Now what we will do, we'll go to Git. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to create one Git repository. Okay, so I will take name for this one is XP. Okay, ideally it should be BAPI. Here by mistake I kept XP API. Okay, so let me take same name, and what naming convention we are following, this okay, fine. So click create on new, click on new. It's not working. Yes, yeah. Yes. From Git desktop, I think we can create, but I need to check proper step. I think this one is XP only, something is wrong there. Let me check. So booking, transport, route. From Git desktop, I need to check. I will update on this. This one is process API or which API? BAPI master. Retrieve consolidated route and schedule mobile app BAPI. Okay, this mobile app should not be here. BAPI is common for both mobile or. Still I will confirm from design center again. This one is BAPI, this one is SAPI, this one is SAPI, XP API, XP API. Yeah, everything is fine, so I will go. So we already downloaded. Okay, let me take name again. Okay, so this one, then it should be we are using private. Actually I am using private. Even I will give access to everyone. Then readme file and then create repository. Okay, so we have created master branch. Yeah, so actually creation of repository from here, actually I am not sure about exact step, but you can create develop branch and all very easily from here. Okay, so add, yeah, I think create new repository option is there, so I think you can create new repository from here. So what I will do, first I will clone repository. So which repository I want this BAPI one. Location I will check. Yeah, location is fine. Click on clone. Okay, so from Git server I cloned that repository in my local. Now here you can see we have master branch. By default we will get master branch only. So what I want to do, I want to create one new branch, that is develop branch. So click on new branch and type your name. Okay, and click on create branch. Okay, so now we created this develop branch, and once you will create, you need to push branch. Okay, if I go to this Git server now, so you can see, if you click on this drop down. Okay, let me replace this. So you can see master and develop, we have two branch now. Okay, so that I think repository also you can create using that option, but till this point whenever I created either command or I on this web console only, but that option, I think that option should work. Okay, so now we are done with this clone repository, and we have downloaded YAML also. Next step will be we need to create project. Okay, so new mule project. We'll use same name, then import YAML from local, go to downloads, select this WAPI, and then use default location, uncheck this. Okay, and then select that particular location. So we have inside this, then Mulesoft, Realtime project, Git repository 21, and we have this one. I selected particular folder and then finish. Okay, so we got everything. Now for this also we'll do few things. We will do copy paste here, means we can do few things copy paste. So let me do first. So what all we can do, first we can do this one, inside src main resource, copy this config and paste it into this same resource folder. Okay, so modification we will do later on. First let me see what all things we can copy, then folder also we can do copy. So inside src main we'll copy these two folder, later on see what we need and what we need to remove. Okay, so inside src main resource, okay, now inside global we don't need this one, we don't need anything from here. So I will just delete this, since this one is our main XML file. In previous case why we used existing one, since we had same flow, everything was same, so we just copy paste. But here we need everything fresh. Okay, here also we can do copy paste something. Okay, now we'll do manually. Anyhow we deleted, so we can do manually, or we can go one step back, but fine, we'll take that things manually. Okay, anything else? Inside implementation, okay, name need to be changed. Okay, so I will refactor this, travel on tip. So for this get route implementation, get route will be for both travel on tip and fast go. So we'll keep this name, and get schedule also. Get schedule implementation. Now next, first we will clear this global element. In C global element we need one listener, fine. Okay, travel on tip SAPI. Okay, so this listener this listener and API kit router will take from this file. When you will create your YAML file, automatically you will get this listener and router. Okay, so listener and router will take from here. So select this, go to XML, take this listener and this API kit router. And I will replace this listener and router here. Okay, 1 minute, Control Z. So I will replace, but before that I want to do something. So what I want to do, this host and port we are using property now. So if we will not do copy paste, then we need to write manually. So better I will replace this. For API kit router we don't need anything. Now I can delete this. Okay, so every time you need not require to do everything from very scratch. So whatever existing API you have, you can use things from there. Okay, I want two requester this time. One requester I want to call system API of travel on tip, and I want another requester to call system API of fast go. Okay, so this time I will create two requester. So from backend only we are doing this kind of thing. Okay, so from message flow also we can drag and drop and we can do, but it will take more time, so better do from here only. HTTP requester config travel on tip SAPI. Okay, and this one will be fast go SAPI. Fast go SAPI. Now see, host and port will be different for both. Okay, so one SAPI has different host and port, another SAPI has different host and port. So what we need to do, after HTTP requester we need to create one more hierarchy. Next hierarchy will be travel on tip host and travel on tip port. This part will be more clear when I will configure this mule config file, property file. Okay, and this one will be fastgo dot host fastgo dot port. Okay, till this point everything is looking fine. Let me save this. Okay, so here we are getting error, I think due to this flow name or something. Okay, requester has some problem. Okay, we'll see, or we can actually, here we need to do everything from very scratch, so let me delete this. Okay, fine. Now let me check everything first for this global. Now one by one we'll see all the five. So for global element we need two requester, one for travel on tip, one for fast go, and we need one HTTP listener. Okay, we need one API kit router. Configuration property we need, so in configuration property we already using this, and then configuration also need for global error handler. Okay, next inside global error handler we have everything. Okay, so yeah, everything is here. We have configured many error handler scenario. Okay, but generally if you will work on any real-time project, if you work it for company, then you will not have only message, you will have some error code and then message. Two things will be there. Even we can do, but we haven't followed from starting, so better leave it. But in payload or whatever final response you are sending, minimum there will be two element. One will be message and another will be error code. Okay, so every error code will have some meaning. Okay, now we'll come on main configuration file. Okay, let me see everything is configured properly. Yes. Okay, so we don't need this error handler now. Okay, since we want to use global error handler, so let me delete all. We already have that this all error there. If you want, then we can copy from here and we can replace there. Better we'll copy and replace there to avoid any kind of problem. Go to XML. So inside error handler, whatever things are there, copy everything. Okay, not copy, control means remove from here. I did control X. Where is that? Okay, I missed this line. Okay, so I will add manually there. Okay, and go to this global error handler. So HTTP connectivity, I think we added manually. So from here, from bad request, so from bad request till HTTP internal error. If you remember, HTTP internal error also we added manually, and any also we added manually. So we will not change those two. What we got default we will update. Yeah, HTTP implementation. Yeah, till this point. Fine. Now let me go to main XML file again. So we remove this, and from here also we need to remove this on error propagate also we need to delete. And what we will do, since as I told, like if you want to move this default error handler what you are getting, then in that case we need to select this reference also. If we are not moving this, then we don't need reference, but if we are moving, then we need this reference. Okay, for this reference now I think we have one another way. Actually I thought I will check offline first, then I will explain, but I forgot, so today I will check offline. So I think we can use one property. So if we will use that property, then we don't need this reference. That first I will check. Fine. Now we have two flow. Okay. Okay, so for this we did all the change. For this also we did, and we are working on this. For this two we will do later. First let me complete this one. So for that what I will do, I will close others. Now fine. So for this also we have common pattern. So we will do in logging, we will do out logging, and we will initialize all the variable. Okay, all those things we'll do. Okay, so let me do one by one. So for this what I will do, I will follow any existing one. Okay, so we have okay, we are not following this one on external system API, so we need this one. This one is fine. In SAPI we are following. So I will go inside this. So first thing what we are doing, we are creating one transform message to initialize all the variable. Whatever request we are getting, like query parameter, URI parameter, body means payload, everything we are storing in some variable, so that if there will be any change in that value, we will have initial value. Okay, so last time if you can remember, when we did copy paste directly, we faced some problem. So this time, so we will not do copy paste. What we'll do, only we will go to XML and we'll take all three variable. So we need this syntax also. Okay, anyhow I think we need to create these three variables, so I am taking. In this process API we may need some extra variable. Okay, so first what I will do, I will go to subflow. We need to create once. Okay, in that subflow what component we will add, we will add transform message. I will suggest every time try to give some logical name. Initialize variables transform message. So what we are doing, initializing some variable, initialize request variable. You can request variable for Okay, for request payload. Okay, so we need one flow reference where we will call this initialize one. So first we'll see what all things we are initializing. Go to XML again. We don't need this message. Here we need this variable. Okay, slowly you will also understand how to create, means how to do things, how to update things from backend. Okay, so what I did, instead of creating one by one each variable, I copy paste whatever code I have already. Okay, so transaction ID, we created one variable and we took this transaction ID from header, and then transport type and transport company. But before that, let me check what all things we are getting in input. So I will go to RAML. So here you can see we are getting transaction ID, company name, departure location, destination location. We are getting many things. Okay, so transaction ID we mapped. Then company name also, company name, let me check, we are getting in URI parameter or where we are getting. So company name, I think it should be inside traits. So company name in query parameter. Okay, so company name we will get from query parameters. In system API we are getting from URI parameter. Okay, so if you see here, transport company, transport type. Okay, transport company will be company name and transport type will be bus service or train service, so that will be okay. So transport type will be different. Transport company we will get from URI parameter, and name also will be company name. Okay, fine. So whatever company name we will get from query parameter, we will map this in transport company. Second, what we have, transport type. Let me see, are we getting transport type or not. First we'll see. Company name, departure, destination, time zone. I think we are not getting transport type. So in process API, okay, let me check in RAML definition in document, so it will be more clear from document. I will go to mobile application. This one is for experience API, process API. So we need resource booking, then transport type we are getting in URI parameter. Okay, and in query parameter we are getting company name. So company name will be travel on trip or fast go, and transport type will be this bus service or whatever kind of service we have. Okay, so we can find this in RAML also. Actually I missed, so we can check here. See, transport type we have in URI parameter. Okay, so let me go to studio again. So transport type we are getting from URI parameter, and we are creating this variable. So till this point we created one URI parameter, one header and one query parameter. Let me see, do we have any? Yeah, we have 3 more query parameter. Oh, 2 more query parameter. Transaction ID, header we created, company code we created. We have departure location and destination location. So we will initialize these 2 also. So we have departure location that we are getting inside query parameter. Okay, so I will create this variable. Will keep same name. So here we need to create one variable, that will be variable and departure location. Okay, first I will create this one also, destination location. It's not mandatory, but if you can create then it's good. Otherwise, for you can create only 3 variable. One variable you can store entire payload, one variable you can store all the query parameter, one variable you can store all the headers, one variable you can store all the URI parameter. That also you can do, or you can store directly value one by one. I will create one more variable, destination location code. Okay, now we need to map destination code, location code and departure location code. So from where I will get this value? I will get from attributes dot query params dot name of query parameter. Either if you want you can put like this also in single inverted comma. Okay, same thing we need to do for departure location code. Okay, so I can type directly departure location code, but always try to avoid manual typing. Do copy paste departure location. Fine. So whatever header query parameter we are getting, we have already stored somewhere. Are we getting any payload? Let me check. If we are getting payload, then we'll store payload also. So we are getting URL, means URI parameter, we are getting header, we are getting query parameter. We are not getting any payload, so no need to create any variable for payload. Okay, now we need to call this at the starting only. We will use one flow reference to call this in both the flow. Okay, so use this flow reference. See, many project what they will do, they move this entire resource in this file, implementation file. But I will suggest, actually I have seen both kind of pattern. In many project I have seen like they will move this entire resource in implementation file, or what they will do, what we are following now in many project, they are following this. So what they are doing, like resource will be here only, but whatever business logic you want to apply for that particular resource, you will create in implementation, and using flow reference you will call starting flow. Okay, so at least after going in main XML main configuration file only, you will have understanding how many resource you have. So I will suggest follow this pattern only. Okay, so let me select what flow we have created above one. So this one I have created an retrieve consolidated route and schedule subflow. Yeah, same thing will do for this resource also. After initializing this variable, what we used to do, we used to do input log, in log we used to do. Okay, so if you remember, like we do in log and out log. So for in log, what I will do, I will take this code from backend, this logger code, and I will take this out log also at a time only. Okay, in log out log I am taking one at a time. Okay, so I need to delete these two transformation. Okay, this one we can keep, otherwise we can take from example, no need to keep, just delete these two. So let me go to XML, select that particular transformation, go to XML. So we have this transformation, second transformation, okay, and then Actually I took this flow tag also, so I am taking this flow tag also, paste it here. Okay, same we will do for this also. After flow reference, take first transformation, second transformation until this flow. Fine. So now actually in flow reference we are getting error since this flow is not here, so it's okay, leave for now. Error is fine. First we'll update this logger. So request receive for root BAPI for transaction ID this, and this response log will be response sent for root BAPI for transaction ID this one for schedules. Request receive for, okay, this should be schedule. Actually in previous API also we need to change, we are using root only, so it should be schedule. Schedule BAPI and this is okay. So root BAPI response sent for root BAPI, this one for schedule, request receive for schedule BAPI, response sent for schedule BAPI. Okay, so we are done with this logger also. Now we need to configure this flow reference. So what we will do, first create one subflow here. Okay, this one is our main subflow and one subflow here also. Okay, and for now I am keeping one logger here. Why? Actually, if you remember, like if we will not keep any activity here, so we must need one mule processor, otherwise it will give error. So this schedule one we will complete later on. For we will start with this root one. Okay, so here we will not add, since we will start with actual implementation. So before that, let me remove this error, these two error. We already created flow, so we will select now actual flow. So one for this get root implementation, and another one we need to configure get schedule implementation. Everything is down, everything is correct. So now what will happen, request will come, request will go to this flow, this flow reference will call this transformation. Here we will initialize all the required parameter, then we will do in logging, then we will call implementation file where we will apply all the business logic. Once we will get response, we will do outlog and we will complete the process. Okay, now next. So before moving further, actually if you remember, we have created few, we need some change in this YAML file, if you remember. So what change we need, let me tell you. Here HTTP listener will be host, and in HTTP listener we need host and port. But if you remember, in case of in HTTP requester we need two requester, one for travel on tip and another one for fast go. So let me show you that one first. Inside global element we need, this time we need two requester. Okay, one requester to call travel on tip and one for to call fast go. Okay, and what property we are using, we created one more hierarchy. After HTTP requester travel on tip we added one hierarchy and fast go another hierarchy. Okay, so I will go to this local YAML. So after requester, next hierarchy will be travel on tip. Inside travel on tip we will have all these property. I think we need only 3: host, host, port and path. Okay, sorry, roots, we need these 2. Yeah, we need both host, port and root path and schedule path. Yes, we need both. Okay, so it should be on next hierarchy, so use this tab. Similar to this travel on tip, we need fast go. Okay, and we need correct configuration. Okay, so from where we can see, either we can go to that particular system API, we can check there. Okay, and another thing we can do, we have already Postman, from Postman we can check. So we have already Postman, that will be more easy. Okay, so let me see from end. So this one, localhost 9084 API bus fast go schedules. Okay, and then we have 2 query parameter, departure location code, destination location code. Okay, so our, and this one is travel on tip routes API. Okay, travel on tip routes API. So our host is this, port is 9084. So travel on tip host will be localhost, port will be 9084. Then in path we need /API, then this bus is transport type. Okay, and then fast go is transport company name, and then schedule is a resource name. Okay, so I will take this resource name. Okay, so schedule path will be /schedule. Okay, same thing, I think here also it will be /schedule only. Okay, next, for route everything will be same, host port will be same. This we need to generate at runtime. I will tell you how to generate runtime, since this 3 value will change. Okay, fast go route will not change, or this is for fast go. Okay, this is 9084 for fast go, I did one mistake here. So this is for fast go. Okay, and in path now, this schedule fast go also we can hard code, since we will get this value in URI or query parameter. I think somewhere we will get, but let me think. Yeah, we need to hard code this value, so it will be schedule fast go. Yes, we can hard code. Even we can take from URI parameter, or I think query parameter, but even if we will hard code, it will not create any impact. So better fast go schedule, and here it will be travel on tip schedule, localhost 9084. This one will be fast go route. Everyone getting now? So this requester configuration we need to call requesters, to call SAPI API. Okay, so if you can see here, from here we are calling SAPI API. So to call SAPI API, what all things we need? We need host, port. So you can see host is localhost, port is 9084, and then we need slash API slash this transport type, then transport company, and then route. Since while calling fastgo it will be always fastgo, so what I am doing, this path I am giving in base path, schedule path or route path. Okay, before this we need something like slash API slash bus. We will generate this dynamically. I will show you how to generate later on. I will show you. Same thing we need for this requester also when we want to call this travel on tip route SAPI. Okay, so this will be path will be travel on tip route. Okay, and next will be travel on tip why we are not taking this API bus, you will able to understand later on. After some time I will explain why I am not adding in path. If we want we can take in here only, but there is some problem like this bus means this URI parameter will change. Okay, so we can't hard code here, so that we will generate dynamically. I will show you later on. Fine, now till this point we have, oh sorry, port will be 809083, so port is 9083. Okay, yes, correct. Now what I will do, I will, okay, this port we need to take new port. Okay, so I already used 9081, 82, 83, 84, so we'll use 9085. Same thing we need to do copy in other environment. See, it may vary. For in your case maybe dev needs some other host and port everything, but I am assuming port will be same. Okay, so here instead of localhost use 0000. Actually on a higher environment I think we need to provide like this only. They will not accept this localhost. Even in our system also we can provide 00. Sometime it may create problem, that's why we are using localhost. Okay, so till this point everything is fine. Now we'll work on this implementation. Okay, now we will apply all the business logic, everything. Okay, so let's start. So next, what will be our first thing? First we'll check this process API route 1. Okay, so what they are saying, we will get consolidated route from multiple transport provider. Okay, so we will call both transport provider. Okay, other thing, to map the transport provider specific location code, this I will explain later on. Then to filter the result based on the input filter criteria, to populate the company code, which company they want. Okay, so here you can see in input we have company name, means if they will pass from experience API, if someone will call our process API, and if they will pass company name equals to travel on tip, in that case what we will do, we will fetch route detail for only travel on tip. We will not fetch for fastgo. If someone will pass, when they will call process API, if they will pass fastgo, then we will fetch route of fastgo only. And if they will pass, they will not pass this company code. So you can see it's a mandatory on it. if provided, only retrieve the list of route from the, means if they are providing, then we need to fetch only from that transport provider, and if they are not passing, then we will fetch from all transport provider. Okay, so to implement this logic, what we need, so we need one choice first. Okay, so if you remember, we already created one variable at the starting only. Okay, what is that variable name? Anyone can remember? Company name from transport name, I think something we created. Let me see. So if I go to that variable, so company name we are passing inside transport company. Okay, see here we are passing company name, so we need this variable there. I copied this and I will go there. So what condition I will check? If where's dot transport company equals to fast go. If they are passing fast go, then we will call fast go system API. Okay, save this and I will check what kind of, yeah, I think it will be like this only. And then we need one another condition, so you will not get condition without any activity. So for now I will keep one logger, later on I will delete. Oh, so if you add logger at this point when you are getting one vertical line, so okay, since we don't have any activity here, so it's going, let me add one more logger, so it will create one more when clause. Okay, why it got deleted? Where's dot transport company equals to fast go. If they are passing fast go, then we will call fast go system API. Okay, if they are passing, means if we are getting company name equals to travel on tip, okay, so if you will not use this fx, then this will be treated as string. Okay, so we need to select fx. So where's dot transport company is travel on tip, then we will call travel on tip system API. Okay, but if we are not getting anything, then we will call both travel on tip and fast go. We will call system API for both. Now if you go to that document, if you remember in sequence diagram what they have mentioned, no dependency to fetch code from each transport provider. We don't have any dependency to get detail from transport provider. So we have two way, either we can call sequentially and we can call parallelly. If we will call sequentially, so for example from one SAPI we are getting response in 5 seconds, so from 2 SAPI we will get in 10 seconds. But if we don't have any dependency in between two call, if we will do parallel call, then we will get final response in maximum time of each API. So for example from one API we are getting in 4 seconds, another API we are getting in 5 seconds, so total time it will take 5 seconds. Okay, so how we can achieve this? We can achieve this using scatter and getter. So in this default condition we will use scatter and getter. Okay, so here we need one HTTP requester. Okay, here also we'll need one HTTP requester, and in this scatter gather we need both requester. One time we will call, means we will call parallelly fast go also and travel on tip also. Okay, So first we will configure this, and then I will show you how you can optimize your code. I will show you. So first see this one. Okay, now this logger is not required. Remove this. As I told at starting only, don't put unnecessary logger and all. So now next thing, if you remember, like we have one more thing here. If we are getting response from cache, means here we need to apply the concept of caching also. So every time we will not call system API. If we have response inside cache, then we'll take from cache. So we need to configure caching also. So let me select cache for this also and for this also. So this API call will be inside caching. This API call also will be inside caching. Next, for this is for fast go. Okay, so we have already created requester for fast go. So I selected here, and this is for travel on tip. So we have already requester configuration for travel on tip. Till this point, I hope everyone clear. Now next what we need, we have method, then we need path. Okay, so as I told, for path we need 4 things here. If you see in our Postman collection, so we need API, then transport type, then this value we have stored inside property. Okay, so we need to add these 2 data first. Okay, so what I will do, first I will take this, let me work on fast go. So here I will put like this, and then this value, everything, this value okay, let me think. This value we will get from variable. Okay, so do plus plus okay, we need this from variable. So syntax will be like this, vars dot variable name. Okay, what is variable name? We have already created. Let me go there. So transport type, variable name is transport type. Copy this, go here, vars dot. Okay, so what I am doing here, slash API slash transport type, and then plus plus let me think. Since slash API, then has where transport type. Okay, I will check this what path we will get in that case. Okay, and then we need next value from property. Okay, so how to get value from property? Dollar curly braces http dot requester dot fastgo dot. Okay, let me check property name. So http requester fastgo dot root path. Root path. But only thing I need to check actually, for this we can write directly, but for this variable, okay, I will check actually this will work in this way or we need to add plus plus. I need to check. Fine. So till this point, okay, first let me test without caching. First we'll test without caching and then we'll apply caching. Caching is another concept will be there. Okay, for this also we'll do same thing. Okay, so we configured both the API. For root we don't need any. Okay, let me check for root, do we need to pass any? So if I want to call root for fastgo, this one is for travel on tip, root of fastgo is this. So we don't need any query parameter. In authorization also we need only one header. Okay, so we need to pass this header. Anything else we don't need. We need URL and then one header. Okay, so if I go here, so this one is requester, method get, path is this, and in body we don't need anything, so either you can leave or delete. Anyhow in payload we are not getting anything. In header we need one header, transaction ID, and value will be where's. We already created one variable starting, where's dot transaction ID. Fine. So first we'll test this one, what payload we are getting. So I will add one logger at the end. So in logger we'll log payload. Okay, let me see we are getting this one or not. So now what we will do, I will run this. Okay, we haven't added this application, so what I will do, I will go to run configuration and I will add this one also. Okay, apply, run. Okay, I need to start database, so I will go to Docker and I will start this database. Okay, so our deployment failed in BAPI. Okay, we'll see. Just give me 1 minute. Sorry. So let me check what is region of this value. So maybe we did some. So what they are saying, listener does not currently know of service request is, oh, database problem. Okay, we started database, but we started after some time, so maybe due to that we got problem. So let me run it again. Okay, I want to start in debug mode. Let me start in debug mode. Okay, this time again Bappy failed. Okay, try incomplete log. Let me see this time what is problem. Error in implementation get root implementation XML. Okay, column name 95 scatter. Okay. So what they are saying, actually we use this scatter gather, but we are not doing anything. So for now let me delete this. First what we will do now, we will configure this and we will use same thing in scatter gather. Okay, so stop this. Oh, we do not require to stop. Anyhow, let me start in debug mode. Let me add one breakpoint here. Okay, so all application deployed. So first we will test this one. Okay, so for this we need to create postman also. Okay, so let me create fresh postman. So host will be localhost. Okay, better we'll create duplicate one and then we'll update. So no need to. So for this I will create duplicate and then localhost, then it will be 8085. Then okay, in resource I need to check, so I will go to postman and resource you can check from main YAML file. So resource will be get, booking, transport type and route. Okay, so booking, then transport type and then routes. So here after API, booking, transport type I am taking bus and then routes. Okay, and then we don't need this too, better we can delete this. Okay, header we want only transaction ID, fine. Anything else missing? No, fine, everything is fine. Booking, bus, route. But one thing I can remember, we need some query parameter. Yes, so we have 3 query parameter. Okay, all are optional, but to achieve this scenario, to get this scenario, we need company name as a first go. So if you see this document, go to process API, company name we need to, if we will pass, then it will retrieve only detail from that company. So we need to pass one query parameter. Go to postman, here company name. Okay, company name will be fast go. Okay, now let me trigger this. Okay, so we got 200 success, but we added one breakpoint. Okay, let me add breakpoint at the starting only. I want to see where exactly flow is going, so add one breakpoint here. I will call it again. So we are at this point, click on next. Okay, so we are inside this route one, then we are initializing this variable, then we are doing logging, then we are calling flow reference. Okay, so we went inside default flow. Okay, so let me see why we went inside default flow. So company, transport type, transport company, attributes dot query parameters. Okay, query params, it should be query params. That's why we are not getting this value. Okay, we are getting null value and it was going to default, so it should be query params. Okay, let me complete this first. Let me save this and go to console. Automatic deployment should start. Yes, let's wait for 1 minute. Okay, JVM exist, or maybe we got some memories or something. So let me start it again. Since we are deploying 5 applications, so it will take some time. So it will depend on many factors like your system configuration. If your configuration is good, then it will take lesser time, and if your configuration is not good, then it may take more time. In my case, I am using i7 and 16 GB RAM. Okay, so deployment done. Now let me test it again. Okay, so we are at this point. Okay, so this time we are going here. Okay, so we are failing at this API. So what they are saying, API kit not found. Okay, so let me see. Add attribute, what we are getting inside attribute slash API slash star find. In Postman API, are we using star? No, we are not using. Yeah, fine, but we are using, so we should pass now. Okay, let me check. API kit not found, it's showing na. So we are calling system API. Yes, API request method, then find 9084 path this. We have some problem with resource, but I want to check what resource exactly we are passing from there. So where I will able to see that resource, get 9084. Okay, so we'll do one more thing here. First Okay, now we can see what resource we are passing. Yes, fine. So from here, if I go inside attribute slash booking slash bus slash route, okay, listener path slash API. Oh, this one is coming in requester header method path. Okay, so invalid input. Yeah, here only we have problem. Okay, so we have another way. Actually I tried this way, this one is not working, so I will check this offline, but we have another way. So better what we will do, first we will create one variable, and I will give name of this variable as a path. Okay, or you can say resource path. Okay, now whatever I am generating here, I will not generate here. Here I will use where's dot resource path. In that case I will able to see what exactly I generated. So here I will select this fx, so it should be slash API, then after that we need plus plus, then where's what happened, plus plus where's dot transport type, then plus plus, then it should be p proper. We can get value either using this p syntax or that curly bracket, but if you are using in database, so in database use this p. Okay, so inside p it should be inside this single inverted comma. So HTTP requester fast go resource path. Okay, so we are getting error, so better we can add default value, default add bus. Okay, for this also, no, yeah, for this also we can add default anything blank, fine. Still we are getting error. Why? Slash API slash plus plus. What is error? Unable to call plus plus with slash API. Okay, null, but okay, so we need to keep inside this bracket. This is not required to put every time default value, but it will give a unnecessary dummy error. So if you want to avoid that, then use this default value. So what does it mean? If we are getting value from here, then fine, otherwise take this default value. Okay, why we are getting error here? Unable to default reference for p. The word API is not correctly spelled. This one is fine, anyhow this one is a string, so this p is not working. Why? Inside data weave, yes, okay, maybe we should not use this default with this p. No, still error. We are adding this string with this variable and with this property. Syntax is this only, but why it's taking? Okay, sometime you may get some dummy error. Syntax should be this only. Yes, rejected type. Oh, okay, so it expecting. No. Okay, this one I don't think it's incorrect. Create function p, no page to take property value. In data we have this way only. Okay, let me deploy it. Sometime it keep dummy error. If it will be actual error, then we will get some error while deployment. So if I will save, automatic deployment will start. Okay, JVM already. Actually now we are running multiple application, so it's creating problem. Meanwhile I will check syntax. P is fine. Still I will check how to get property value in data view. Read property. Okay, so syntax will be p only. Okay, so p, then double inverted comma and key name. Okay, p, syntax is correct. Okay, now we don't have error also. Okay, but still. Okay, let's see. I will add one breakpoint here. Okay. See p and then inside single inverted comma http.host. Okay, syntax is correct. Deployment done. Okay, so we'll see what value we are getting here. I will go to Postman. Okay, then resume this. Okay, we are at this point. Again I will resume this. Okay, it's failing, but first I will check what value I am getting here. So let me check this variable API slash bus slash fastco slash root. Okay, so this variable I have created. I will check with my postman. Let me go to postman. Where is my here? So to call this we need slash API slash bus for slash API slash bus slash fastco slash routes. So this one is fine now. Now we need localhost 9084. Okay, and then we need header, and only one header we want. Okay, so here it's failing. Okay, we can check region, but before that we'll check what header I am passing here. So in requester header I am passing one header. This is transaction ID. This one is also fine. And what is host and port? Let me check. Not found. Resource path failed, not found. 404 we are getting. Oh, okay. So where's here, see in path what is it, what we can see here, where's dot resource path means I forgot to select that. Here I did one mistake, so it should be fx. Actually it's unable to take that value. Okay, now everything fine, so this time it will work. So we just need to start in debug mode. Okay, so what we are doing, we are generating path inside one variable. Okay, and then in requester in path we are using that variable. Last time what I did, I forgot to select that fx, so it was taking as string. Let it deploy. Okay, deployment done. Let me go to postman, call this API, to resume. So we are at this point. Again I will select resume. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are calling from this API, this is process API, this process API will call system API, system API will call external system, and from there we will get data. And you can see here in payload we are getting this data. Okay, so in logger actually we will just log this payload. Okay, so this one is our not actual implementation. Here we need to do transformation and we need to convert in this format. Okay, so what will be our format? This is process API for root. This will be our format. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this. Okay, from here I can't copy, so I will copy from example, no problem. So let me complete this first. Now we will do our next development. So now first let me convert this, let me transform this. We don't need this logger. Okay, so in transform what I will do, first I will take example. So where is root example? Open this example file, take one set of payload, copy this, go here and paste it here. Okay, before pasting what we need to do, in payload we are getting array, so payload map value comma index, then and paste this. Okay, so next actually we need this transact. Okay, so this one for fast go, so always this payload will get from fast go, and in payload we are not getting company name, but we know this flow is fast go, so our company code will be hard coded always fast go. Next two value, origin location code location description, and destination code location description. Okay, 1 minute, let me check one thing. Okay, example is not correct there. Example will be origin location code location description, destination. So this one is for process API. I think I took from wrong place. Oh, I took from system API. So this one is our resource. Go to, okay, I'm going to wrong place. This one is our again system API. This one is BAPS. Okay, so this one is example response. Actually here I have taken wrong example. Okay, payload should be like this. Okay, in that case I need to change my YAML also, since let me check what we have defined inside schema. So if I go to data type, okay, so we have origin location description, destination location description. Okay, so it's not correct. It should be first should be company code, then origin location, then destination location. So company code is there, yes, company code is there. Origin location code is missing, so what we will do, we will add manually. So here I will add. First let me verify again. Yeah, we are inside BAPI only, so it should be location code. Okay, and then location code. Okay, location code will be like this: BNSG KLGMY BENSG. Okay, this one is fine. This one example will be KLGMY. Okay, so now same thing we need to change here also. So first company code, then origin location, then location code, BNSG, comma, and this one location code, KLGMY. Okay, so this is for transnational, all are for. Okay, we can do same copy paste when one payload is enough, but still we'll do. Okay, so hope everyone clear with this what change I did. So now I can take from here. Okay, and anyhow, for actually why we didn't get any error, so in case of response we don't validate. Okay, even if we will keep previous one, it will not create any problem, but we should use correct one only. Okay, so what I will do, I can use this curly bracket and then okay, so in small bracket we are using curly bracket. So location code will be first go, we can hard code this, or we can take from our, okay, we can take this from variable. So which variable is that? Transport company, so we can take this from variable. Okay, and then we need location code, so location code we will get from payload. Okay, so what will be syntax? Okay, so payload we are using map function. Okay, so in this payload we will get array of object. Okay, so each object will have location code. Okay, so and each object will go inside value. So what will be our syntax? Value dot, we are calling system API. Let me see what is syntax of system API. So for fast go, this is our system API for route, fast go route system API. So we'll get in departure location code and arrival location. Departure location code means from where, this one means origin location. Okay, so origin location code will be value dot departure location code, and destination location code will be value dot arrival location code. Now you will say like from where we will get this location description. So in document we have some statement for this, that mapping we will do later on. For now we will not do it. For to do this mapping we need to understand few more thing in DataView. Actually we will get one property, we will get one JSON file. In that file we will maintain key value pair, and from there we will get, so that part I will explain later. Okay, now till this point everything is fine. Only thing means this flow is completed almost except this mapping. Only thing we need to use cache here, we need caching here. Okay, so before caching I will do again testing and then we'll do get caching. So let me see if I will save then. Okay, now automatic deployment is not taking. Why? Actually we are running 4-5 application, so maybe our heap memory is less. I already extended. Let me, okay, next run I will again increase my heap memory. Deployment done. Okay, so I think we are having breakpoint. Okay, so we got response. Actually I missed again one thing. This should be JSON. Okay, so we are getting response, so that is not a problem. Fine. Now we are left with only one thing, that is our caching thing. So before caching we need to do something. Okay, so we will go inside global element, and let me close all the window first. Global element, here create. Okay, so what we need to create, we need to add object store. So for caching, okay, better we'll go in different way. So what I will do, in this only we want to create now. So we have another way. Directly we can select code component, we can select caching. Okay, we need caching at this place. Call this requester. Okay, and this transformation also we can keep inside caching only. Why? Since for same request we will get same payload and we will do same transformation, so we can. So if I select this caching, okay, now use default caching strategy we can use, but we don't want. Okay, so we want to reference to a strategy. Okay, now click on this +1. Okay, so what it asking, name is fine, and then There are no element available to configure object store. Consider adding a module that provide configuration. Okay, so we want to add object store. Okay, object store connector we want. Add this object store, take latest version only, click on finish. Okay, still we are getting none. Okay, so I will, so for actually see there are many things to learn here. So first one is default one, then second key expression. So if we will take default one, then they will consider some key, default key, and based on that it will send response. But if we want to send our key expression, like in object store, what happen in caching or object store, it store data into form of key value pair. Okay, so for same key, if we will create expression here, and if we will in expression it will get same value, then what it will do, it will fetch data from object store. If it will get different expression, then what it will do, it will call that HTTP requester, will get data and store in object store. Okay, so that thing happen. Before that, actually I am not getting object store option here, so we need to create it first. So let me cancel this, and this time I think we should get object store since we already added. So here also we can see object store is there. Okay, I will go to global element, create connector configuration, object store, and then okay. Okay, so we have already covered object store, what is object store and how to store value. Object store name you can give anything. Okay, so for me actually I need only one object store, so we'll use this only, default one. Object store we have two type, persistent and non-persistent. Persistent means it will, even if we will redeploy our application, it will hold its previous data, so we'll use persistent. Okay, then maximum entry, how many? So maximum entry we will take 1000. TTL means how much, for how much time it will hold its key value pair. So let me take 15 minutes. Okay, so this should be minute. Then expiration interval, so in which interval our scheduler job will run to delete key value pair who has completed their TTL. So I am taking this as a 10 minute. We have already covered this thing, so I am not going in detail. So configuration reference we will use default one, click on OK. Okay, so we configured this object store. Now I will go to my this flow, and here I will go to caching again, use reference to a strategy, and click on plus symbol. Now you will get that object store. Okay, so either you can select edit endline or global, you have globally you have created. So we have already created global one, so we'll select global one. It will ask to select, so we will select. Edit endline means whatever configuration we did there, we need to do here. Okay, no need to define global one, but we already defined global one, so we are going to use that one. Now key expression will be important thing here. Okay, so key expression means you have to create one unique key using combination of few parameter, so that you can identify your unique request. Okay, so in key what all parameter we will consider. So first we will find that parameter, then we will come again here. So for now click on OK. Okay, so let me identify. So first thing will be our this variable. Why this variable? So I will create this, I will check in object store using this transport company. So for fast go we will call different API means we will have data inside object store. Okay, let me explain it again. First let me create one set here, then you will be more clear. So this transport company name will be either FastGo. I'm taking two example parallelly. This part will be a bit complex, or process API will always be complex. Second, I am taking transport company name will be FastGo and this travel on tip. Okay, one more thing. Yes, fine. So transport company name is fine. Next, what all data we are, okay, let me check this API call. So for route, what all things we are passing. Based on bus, we will have separate set of data. Okay, fine. So second thing will be, I will explain this. Let me create first and then I will explain. This one will be a bit logical. Transport type. Yes, transport type we can take. Transport type either bus, train, or what kind of service I want. So where's dot transport type. So this will be FastGo plus bus, travel on tip slash plus bus. Okay, for fast, and then third we will take what we are calling, route we are calling, or schedule we are calling. Okay, that we will get inside resource name. Okay, so for this we can hard code routes yes, fine. So for this it will be again routes. Okay, now see how we generated this unique key. Okay, so if someone will call FastGo, bus and route, then we are generating one key value pair. Key will be this, value will be whatever payload we will get from HTTP requester call. Now if someone will change this value from bus to train, okay, then what will be our key? FastGo, train and routes. Okay, in that case again we will call external service and we will get data. Now if someone again will call FastGo, bus and route, since we have already this key value pair. Okay, so instead of doing that external call, we will take from our cache, we will take data from cache. Okay, so in this way you have to generate some unique value every time, and based on that unique value you will get data from object store. Okay, now you will say only bus, here we can see only bus is changing, either bus, train or anything is coming, then why we need this FastGo and routes? Since for other call, in second call where we are calling route for travel on tip, in that case this data will come. Okay, so if we will keep only bus, then in case of travel on tip also we will get FastGo data if we will keep only bus. Second thing you will see, okay, then these two are required, FastGo and bus is required. Okay, if I will store key as a FastGo plus bus, then I will get all the, means I will able to identify this data coming from FastGo system API for bus service, and whatever key we have for travel on tip bus. So we are getting this data from travel on tip system API for bus service. Now why this route required? So in next case when we will create schedule one also, okay, so in that case if we will not define this route, then what will happen? For schedule also we will get route data, okay. So if we will not use this kind of combination, like we must think all the possible way, so that means all the possible combination, okay. So your key will be key must be unique, okay. So as per my understanding, these three are required. It may be you can add some extra field, and if you find if anything is not required, then you can remove, but I don't think we can remove anything. Later on we may find to add something extra. Till this point I find this three combination is enough to make a unique combination. Now for example, now I want to call fast go train route, okay. So I will create one entry with fast go train and route, and we will store that key value pair, okay. Now later on anything will come, schedule will come, then fast go train schedule will be there. And this three combination is more than enough, so I will use this three combination. For this you need to do a little bit study of this object store and caching. We have already covered, so if you will do recap, then hope it will be clear. Okay, so I will add it this in key expression. I will use this. There's some problem. Okay, let me do it one by one. Oh. Okay, fine. So key in key expression we are taking this object store, we are taking this for all route, schedule, fast go, travel on trips, for everything we will use this object store only. Okay, if we will create multiple object store, in that case we can remove some key value pair, okay, but we are using same object store, so we need minimum this much of key expression. Click on OK. Okay, so caching strategy created inside this, so I don't want here, I want to move in global, so we will keep all the, go to XML. Okay, so for this I think we need some namespace also. Okay, we'll see what namespace we need. So first copy this, remove from here. For caching, anything added extra? Don't think. Okay, we'll see later on if there will be any failure. So after object store I will add this. So after object store, caching strategy, name caching strategy. Actually it's saying error. Why? Actually both, no, fine. Actually till even means until unless you will not save this in all file, it will give error. Okay, fine, let me save this. And then anything else we are missing for this? Where is that? Get root, message flow. We completed caching part. Yeah, fine. So what I will do, I will add one breakpoint here. So now you will able to understand clearly. Okay, I will add one breakpoint here also. So we'll see difference when we are calling caching, when we are calling this requester. Okay, I will add one breakpoint here also, not required. Okay, let me already deployed, but so what we are doing here, we are calling HTTP requester inside cache. So if we will get same request for this requester call, whatever we have defined in key expression, okay, in that case what we will do, first we will check inside object store we have that key value pair or not. If we don't have, then we will call this requester. Okay, if we don't have, we will call this requester. Once we will get response, we will store inside that object store. Next time if we are getting new key expression, then again we will call this requester, and whatever response we will get, we will store in this object store. Next time if we are getting any previous key expression, whatever we have defined in key expression, in that case what we will do, we will take response from object store. We will not call this external system API. We will get response from object store and we will continue. Okay, in this case, in this way our execution will be faster. Okay, but there are many limitation and restriction for that. You have to consider all those things, like how frequently your response will expire, means should be expired. Okay, for example, if you are calling any API to get fare, okay, that fare can be fixed for 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes that fare may change, like flight fare. Okay, so you have to use TTL for 10 minutes only. Okay, deployment done. So we started in debug mode. Let me show you. So we'll call this. Okay, we already converted in JSON, so we'll this time we'll get JSON. Okay, we are at this point, so we are calling this caching first time, so it will go to requester, will get data from there. Okay, so we are inside caching. What happened? Okay, okay, it failed because this requester got timeout. So what we can do, let me add one breakpoint. First let me complete this. Actually that requester got timeout. Okay, so what I will do, I will add breakpoint on caching. Okay, once I will get request here, I will click on resume, so this requester will pass and it will come here. Yeah, let me do this. So I made call, then next I went inside caching. Okay, so it will check for that key expression if we have that data or not. If they have that data, then directly it will go to next step. If for that particular key expression it don't have data, then it will call requester and it will do this transformation. Okay, so let me do resume. Okay, actually in next call only it means it saved data. So how we can, so better what I will do, I will change some value of that key expression. So if you remember, we are passing this transport type in key expression, so this time I will change to bus to train. Okay, let me do second call. Okay, so we are at this point, we are inside cache. Since for that key expression, since in key expression what all things we are taking transport, what all things we are taking, let me show you. So company name we are taking, then this value we are taking, and this route we are taking. Okay, so our key expression this time will be fast go, train and route. Last time our key expression was fast go, bus and route. So for this key expression we are running first time, so it should do this requester call. Okay, so it should go inside this cache. Let me see. So what I will do, I will click on resume. Oh, it's not going. Okay, it's not going. Let me see what key expression I have selected. Caching strategy is fine. Transport company, then transport type, and then route. Okay, so what I will do, first I will check value of this. I will do next call with same value. Okay, I will click on next and let me check what data we are getting from this. Fast go, train and route. Okay, so our key expression will be this. So this one next last call we did, so this should be saved. But if I will change this train to another value, it should go inside requester, it should do this transformation. Why it's not doing? Okay, let me do next. Okay, for this now let me put one logger. Maybe when we are doing resume, even if we'll do resume, then caching will go inside this requester and then it will go to this transform message. Let me check again. So instead of train, this time I am using flight. Okay, so for flight, let me see. So we are at this point, we are on top of caching, and let me check what is my key expression this time. Fast go, flight, route. Okay, so this we are calling first time, so this data it will means we will not get inside this caching. So if I will select resume, ideally it should go to this transform message, but it's not going. Okay, in process completed. No. We got response. It's not going to this. Okay, to check this, what we can do, we need to add one logger. Maybe we have some other thing here, so I will check this logger is working or not. Logger inside cache. Okay, we will display simple message. Logger inside cache. Okay, now we have another problem. Actually, every time deployment taking too much time. Okay, this time okay, started automatically. Okay, JVM, this is another problem. Oh, I want to increase my heap size. Okay, next time. Okay, meanwhile I will increase this. Let's see if it will help. So this one I will make 512, and this one I will use 1024. Okay, deployment completed. So before testing, I will clean this log so we can see this when this logger executes pen. Okay, so this I will change from flight to ferry. First let me check for flight. Click on send. We are at this point. Resume. Okay, so what happened, we got what all loggers we got. So first two logger we got, request receive and response sent. Okay, so this one is expected. Okay, since we have already this key already inside object store. Now I will change this flight to ferry. Okay, so this time this logger should come. Okay, let me check. Okay, requester log done. Then I will resume. Again I will resume. Yes, root flow called. So you can see here we are getting, yes, yeah, so everything is working fine. Now I will, okay, we have another way to test this also. Actually we are getting system API log, other log also we are getting. So using that also we can monitor this. Let me extend this and I will show you. So you can, okay, let me take this in Notepad++, so it will be more clear to understand. If I go here, oh, here we have some problem. How to do wrap option, I don't know. Let it be, check here only. See here, first log. In first case we tested and we got only 2 log. What log we got? First log we got for request receive in process API. Okay, request receive for root BAPI. BAPI means process API. Response sent for BAPI process API. So only we can see 2 log and our process completed. In next call, when I did, this one is for flight, since we already completed one execution for flight. Okay, so we can expect response from cache, not from external API call. Now in second time you can see request receive for BAPI. Okay, then we are getting request receive for root fast go SAPI, means we are calling SAPI layer. Okay, since we are not getting response from SAPI, sorry, we are not getting response from cache, since we don't have value for that particular key. So first we called SAPI and then request receive for fast go external system, we called external system. Then we got response from external system, then we got response from SAPI, and then we are doing this logger inside cache, means, okay, we are in this mode. So we are getting this logger, means we are going inside this, we are calling this, we are doing this transformation, we are logging this, and then we have final log, that is out log. If I will do this call again, then we will get only 2 log. Why? We got request log, then we came here, we went to cache. In cache, in last run we did same call, same key we passed already. Okay, so in this case we will not go inside, we will go to object store, we will take value from there and done, we will send response. Okay, so if I will clean this log, so this time we'll get only 2 log. Let me resume. See, we are getting how many log? Yeah, 2 log. Info 2 log. Now if I will change again, I am calling, let me call again we'll get 2 log only, since we are passing same key. Okay, key combination everyone know now. So we got 2 log for first case, 2 log for second case. Now let me clean this. Now I will change this any key value. In key value we have combination of this query parameter, company name, this transport type, and then route. Okay, so I will change this ferry to any other transport type we can. Train I think we already used, so that will stay for 15 minutes and we haven't completed 15 minutes. Anything else? Okay, car service, let me pass car. Okay, so this combination will be new this time, fast go, car and route. Okay, log already cleaned, this time we will get multiple log. Okay, so we till this point we got request log. Now I feel if I will do resume, then we got to cache, we will search that key expression. Our key expression will be fast go, car, route. That key is not stored in object store since we are doing this call first time. Okay, let me resume it. See, we are getting multiple log. Okay, so what all logs are there? 2 log from system API, 2 log from external system, and then 1 log from this logger, and then final log after completion of this process, that will be here, this log. Okay, so we are done with the configuration of this first call. Okay, if transport company is fast go. Same thing we need to do for transport company travel on tip. Okay, so what we can do, we will copy everything from here. Okay, we'll go to this variable, go to XML. Okay, so this when expression will end at line number 43. Okay, so I will take from 11 to 43. Here is 43. Okay, 42. I will take everything from there and will do required changes. So Control C. Inside this when expression, I will remove everything. Let me remove and then we'll change. Paste it here. Enter. Save this. Go to message. First go to this mode, normal mode. Okay. Now in requester we need to change something. So in requester, what will be our requester? This one will be travel on trip. Okay. Resource path we need to check what we are passing, what we are generating. This one will be travel on tip. Travel on. Oh, what happened? Travel on. Okay, so slash API transport type will be something and default we will pass blank. We will not pass bus. Here also will change. It should not be bus. It's logically, or it should not be bus. Okay, if no value is coming, and then we will get this route path from property. Okay, now in cache also we need to do some change. If you go here, so key expression will be company name and then transport type and then route. Okay, key expression is fine, no need to do any change here. Very nice service. Yeah, this one. Okay, so this one is requester is also configured. Okay, this. Okay, this one, this value also we will get from variable only. Anything else we need to change? No, everything is fine. Sorry. Okay, let me deploy this. Okay, we don't have any breakpoint. Okay, I will add one breakpoint to see we are going in this flow or not. So transport company we need to pass this time. Okay, so transport company will be travel on tip. Now this time for car only we will, since we in key expression we are changing this. Okay, so this time again it will call this external API and we'll get response, we'll do mapping and then we'll do log. Okay, so let me go to console. If okay, still deployment in progress. So this time again our key expression will change, so we should get 2226 plus 17 log. Okay, all deployed. So let me clean this console log. Let me call this. So yeah, we are at this point. So till this point we have one log. Let me resume. Okay, so we'll get almost 7 log. 1 2 3 4 5 and 2 more log will be there. Okay, total 7 log we have. So why we are getting 7 log? So this key expression will be generated first time. Okay, and we are calling that external system SAPI, then SAPI will call external system. So 224 log, in out log, and 3 log in this process, in this BAPI layer. If I will call this again same using same value, then what will happen? We will get only 2 log, since we will get response from cache only. Okay, so first log, and let me complete the process. Okay, so I hope everyone clear till this point. So tomorrow we will add scatter gather here, and for this to flow I will show you some more things here. So let me end today's session.